Let's go over getting some beach waves in my extensions. So first I'm going to start off by brushing my hair thoroughly. I'm going to section off my hair and make sure that I'm getting the underneath and just getting out any sort of tangles, anything that will not help me get a smooth, curled look. Now the first thing I'm going to do is section off my hair. I typically part my hair into two sections. I have 2 rows of hand-tied extensions. So it's really just going to depend on the look that you're going for of how many sections you want to take. Sometimes if I really want my hair to have more wave in it, I might part my hair into 3 different sections and then take smaller subsections when I am using my iron and curling the hair. So it just really depends on the look that I'm going for. So here in this look, I'm going to split it in half, and then you can see that I'm also splitting it vertically, just re-brushing through the hair. You're going to see I pick up my brush and I brush through each section before I go ahead and pick up my iron to curl. This is a long barrel iron. It is a 1 inch, and that's what I'm going to be using today. Next, I'm going to be using the Illuminate, which is going to help just to be able to protect my hair from the heat of the curling iron. The curling iron I have set at 390. The highest setting is over 400, which is just not needed for your hair. So you can see that I curl going back away from my face, and I start at the top and I work my way down, slowly opening and closing my barrel as I moved down the hair, and I leave a little bit of the hair out. If you want your hair to be curled all the way to the ends, then follow it all the way through. I like to have a little bit of smoothness and straightness on my ends, so I leave just that tiny bit out, and then I just pull the iron through just to make sure that the hair is still smooth on the ends. I don't leave it just alone. I pull that through just so then that way I can get a nice smooth end. So when I split my hair down the middle in the back and I pull that hair forward, I'm going to be breaking this off into subsections. So dependent again on the look that I'm going for, I will typically do 3 to 4 sections on each side. I also do have a bigger iron. It's like a 1.5. And sometimes I'll use that if I want to have a bigger wave. Again, it just really depends on the look I'm going for the day. But in this video, we're using a 1 inch, which is going to give me a little bit more of a tighter curl. Now here you can see I'm taking my iron and going and smoothing right around my hairline. So I'm just taking the barrel and I just like ran that barrel right along my hairline, keeping obviously away from my skin so I don't give myself a nice burn. But I like to do that because sometimes I get those little flyaways around my face, or you sleep on your hair overnight and you get some kinks around your face. So I just use that iron and smooth out before I actually go in and put my wave in. So I just finished that side. I'm just gonna let it cool. I'm not going to touch it. I really won't be combing out any sort of wave until I'm completely done with this look. You want it to be able to cool and for the curls to be able to set. So again, I sprayed my thermal protectant, and then now I'm going in, doing my subsections, brushing out each subsection before I actually use my iron. Trying to get up close there so you can see what I'm doing is I'm twisting my iron. Overall, this look takes about 10 to 15 minutes to be able to curl my hair. And again, I have in 2 rows of beaded row hair extensions, and the length on these are 24 inches. So they definitely are longer. They're really the longest extension that we carry. Got a little snag there for a second. Now I'm going in with the last section around my face. You're gonna see I'm gonna come in, smooth out right along my hairline. That's such a good little trick to be able to use. And then I'm gonna go in and finish off and curl that last section in the bottom around my face. Okay, so now I'm gonna let those cool. I'm not going to brush them out because it is going to help to set that curl. And I'm gonna drop down this whole section and I'm just gonna work off of my part, split my hair right down the middle, lay down one side, brush out the other, and start working from the back to the front. I like to curl my hair from the back to the front because if I curl the front first, it's harder to see what back pieces are left that still need to be ironed. So you can see here, I'm just gonna section off and again, work from back to front, brush out that section, getting my iron starting at the top and rolling backwards. And I have control over my iron. This might take a little bit of practice if it's something that you're not used to doing, but once you get the hang of it, I promise it is so quick. Typically, I wash my hair twice a week, sometimes one time a week. With wearing extensions like this, I'm able to keep my style for longer, which is really nice because for me, I am a mom of 2 young boys that are in sports. I run the salon. I no longer do hair. So I strictly run the business. And then I also work for another company and I coach other salon owners from all of the United States. So everybody lives a busy lifestyle these days. And so a lot of times people think that hair extensions will actually create more work for yourself. And it's really not the truth. Like once you style this and you curl your hair, you can wear it like this for a couple of days. At night, if you throw your extensions into a low loose braid or into a low ponytail, you will be able to keep this style without having to really touch anything up. You could always wake up in the morning and just brush it out, reapply some oil to your hair just to keep the extensions from getting thirsty and keeping them hydrated, and then brush it out and you're ready to go. Sometimes I'll bust out my iron and I'll touch up some pieces maybe around my face, whatever it might be. But really, once you get your hair dry and you get your hair curled, it really will hold for you, which is super nice. So this is the last piece that I'm doing on this specific side, and then I will just have my fringe, my bang area left to do. You can see hair will fall out. I just let it go because I already curled it. I don't need to get it back into the iron. So now I'm going to do the same thing with this iron in the front. I'm going to just smooth out because I have a pesky little colic. So I like to be able to just smooth that out, push my colic down, and then go through and finish off my fringe area with the iron. I'm a millennial, so I personally like having a little bit of a straighter edge, but you know, again, if you like to have a closed curl, meaning, you know, it completely is curled towards the end, then you're gonna do the same thing. You're just gonna go through and finish off the curl versus just, you know, smoothing that hair out with the curling iron once you get to like that last like half an inch. I was at least told that millennials like to have straighter ends, so just trying to keep up with the times, you know. And you can see too that I'm not holding the iron there for a very long time. One, my hair was already curled, so this is me just like retouching it up. The time that I curled my hair before this, in this video, I used a bigger iron, so I did have a little bit of a looser curl, but with the extensions, the hole, the memory hole that the extensions have is so much nicer than natural hair. So therefore, you don't need to hold the iron there for a long time at all. I mean, it's really quick. I'm just working that iron through, letting it sit mainly more towards the top too, I must say, you know, just because at that point I am wanting a little bit more of volume up towards the top of my hair, and then I will start to work the iron down, and it almost gets quicker as I'm running that curling iron through. Here's my last section at the top. You can see I'm parting out my fringe bang area. And at this point, we're at 10 minutes. And you guys, I will tell you that I can do this quicker when I'm not obviously trying to showcase what I'm doing and taking the time to show my partings and all of that. So it really could be quick. These are long extensions again. So if your extensions are shorter, it's not going to take you as much time. Most of our guests get 20-inch or 22-inch. 24s aren't as popular. They're pretty long. Again, coming in with the iron at the root. I'm gonna part this though in half. And the reason I'm gonna do that, this is my heavier side with my fringe area. And because I have that pesky little colic, I like to really make sure that it smooths out. So I split that in half because I'll get this weird funky piece underneath my fringe and I don't like it. So I just split it in half so I can get more efficiency when I am curling the front. Here we go with the last piece. And boom. The curling portion is complete. I will let that cool. Typically, if I'm getting ready in the morning, I will finish, you know, maybe touching up my makeup, maybe get dressed, just let that sit, let it cool. Now I'm just trying to use my hands to cool it because for video purposes. And then I'm gonna take my brush and I'm literally just going to brush through my hair. Brushing out all those curls so that way they all blend together. And at this point, I'm gonna go in with some full effect. This is a texturizing dry spray that will give me some hold, but the nice thing about it from Euphoria is that it still is brushable. So I can still brush through my hair. I'm not going to because I am setting it right now, but for like the next day, if I need to touch anything up, at night when I go to brush my hair out before I put oil in it and put it back, then I will easily be able to brush through it, which is super nice. So this is how to curl your hair. Here is a better look at the finished style. She is nice and wavy, and I literally will be able to wear this style for days, which is super nice to be able to do.